Peace and welcome into the latest and the greatest episode of Men of a Certain Age. The Soup, as always, I'm Fro. I got my man DL from the ATL, and I got my man Panero from the 716. Peace to the gods. How is everybody on this Sunday evening, on this Easter Sunday evening?
Peace, peace. Shouts out to Easter. It is the defining holiday in Christianity. Even though I'm not a Christian, shouts out to people who do believe that he arose on the third day and enjoy your day. And hopefully you ain't have too much ham. You know what I'm saying? You're going to believe that. You should believe some other things too. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. Happy Easter's also 420, my favorite holiday. So I'm deep into it. I started early and I'm deep into it. And I'm looking forward to finishing off correctly. Good to see y'all boys, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. I was going to mention that it's not too often at all that you celebrate two holidays on the same day. Your birthday might fall on the holidays or some crazy stuff like that, but generally you never have two holidays on the same day. God, how are you?
What's going on with my mans in them on Easter? I got my Easter pastel on today, the light bluish. I know Don loving the Carolina blue. You know what I'm saying? It's an Easter thing. Yeah, 420 up in here for my mans in them. The Easter buddies over getting it in, huh? The Easter yeah, the Easter buddy putting the eggs in the wrong baskets around this one. You know what I mean? Everybody.
Plenty of parents in their kids' Easter baskets right about now. That's damn sure. You know what I mean?
Getting a munch on.
But we are men of a certain age. Let me tap into this one time. If we go back to, as we talk about this day, Easter Sunday, like Easter was a pivotal, at one time, was a pivotal moment in the Black community.
Agreed. I'm glad you brought this up.
Easter was a day, like you said, right now, Pete, you got your Easter fit jumping. You know what I mean? You had to be fresh for Easter. It's a special time, you know, whether you celebrate it or not. It's like that time of year where spring really jumped off for Easter. I went to go get a shave from my man Mick. Shout out to Mick and them boys at the shop, Twin. And I could remember being 16, 17, 18 years old, 19 years old. Barbershop was on full.
Crowded.
On the day before Easter. Those 3 days, barbers got making $3,500.
You and JV's half sleep waiting for your cut. Yeah.
And this is when the cut was $10, $7.50.
Yeah.
They were up out of there on a late Saturday night, even Sunday morning. Barbers would be getting it in so that you could get your cut, man. So speak on Easter Sunday for me one time, UH.
That's different, man. I think that it's interesting the way society has changed, just in general, but specifically with us. We used to have our Easter suits.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tradition involved in Easter, and especially with us and in America in particular. What I've actually noticed is that those things really aren't. I've seen more posts about 420 than I've actually seen about Easter today on every social network that I went on. And I think it goes to the fact that our traditional family values are in flux right now. We generally had a grandma or a mom that was everybody around and get the cooking. Now the grandmas is damn 42. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The mom is 23. You know what I'm saying? No, the mom is 28 or something like that. That's one thing that even though I don't look at Easter traditionally from a religious reason, I look at it traditionally from a cultural reason, and I think that we've lost a lot of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Panero, Easter Sunday.
What I remember most about Easter and being our age is, okay, first of all, you got your church suit for church. You know what I mean? Then after church, you had Easter dinner, when I used to try to get the pineapple ring off the ham. Let me get that ring. Let me get that young ring. Then my grandmother smacking my hand like, boy, I need that for flavor. You know what I'm saying? Then after dinner, you get your fresh outfit for the movies. Remember going to the movies on Easter with your fresh starter jacket on? Come on, man. And then you looking for numbers. Where's she at? I know she in here somewhere. Then you post outside of the movies waiting for her to come out. Yeah, I'm going to get that number. You know what I'm saying? That was us. Men of a certain age, man. Easter, man. You was church. You was ham. You was the movies. And you
Heavy
was
ham.
fresh. You know what I'm saying? We was fresh. We love being fresh. That's what we did, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with kids nowadays, man. They don't care about clothes. They just whatever, man.
Don't forget the ham.
Don't forget the ham, man. Then Monday, you got your lunch. You like, what's this? Oh, ham sandwich.
Sandwich,
Yeah,
right?
you know what I mean? Got that ham sandwich, man.
Shit, it was like Klein Hands. I knew we was going to go to Klein Hands so I can get
Oh,
fitted
come on, man.
for my young Easter suit, and then get my Easter shopping on right there in the Klein Hands joint too. A couple OP pieces, maybe some stands or something crazy.
Good.
You know what I mean? But man, shout out to Easter Sunday, man. The
Word.
Definitely 20 goes without saying. To the smokers out there, you know who
Yes,
you
sir.
you know what I mean? Me and UA, that's like the infamous story. Boy was blown out so bad, passed out in front of talking to Mom Dukes. Next thing, you know what I'm saying?
That was early. I wasn't ready back then. I'm ready now.
That's what I'm saying. This is how far back we go.
Good.
Yeah.
Shout out to 420 as well, man. But it's good to see y'all boys. Obviously, we skipped last week, but we back live in action. Please subscribe, comment down low, and hit that bell so you can get the soup when it's very hot right off the stove. As we press on, fellas, we cannot continue on without talking about the playoffs. We are in full effect right about now. You know what I mean? The Hawks, they crumbled. They went 1, 2, 3 Cancun, so they off
Banana boat, huh?
the banana boat boys. They off somewhere screaming Cabana boy.
Now he knows Kings now, huh?
Knows Kings. But it's interesting how you feeling with the plan. Let's start with the play-in first and foremost. How do y'all feel about the play-in? Because that's a new thing that's been added to the league within the last 3 to 4 years. How do you feel about the play-in, UA? I'm gonna come to you first.
I'm conflicted on the play-in because I like the excitement of the kind of one game situation, but I think that it gives teams who haven't put their full effort in during the regular season a chance to weasel their way in. You know what I mean? That's the way, like I said, I'm conflicted as far as because I love basketball. I love the one game, one and done. But I think that, and I was reading Trae Young this morning, and he said the same thing. They should just limit to 82 games and make sure everybody go hard. You know what I mean? The schedule makers, they have enough time. They have enough games during the season. It's something new, like a tournament, but it's something that obviously the more it's used, the more we'll become used to it.
Mira, how you feel about the play-in?
I was confused at one point with the play-in because they were playing for the actual 8th seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
That though, because it's like a do or die. You know what I'm saying? Your back is in the corner, and you either win or go home. You know what I'm saying? Or no playoffs for you. So it's like I understand the economic aspect of it, and we getting used by the NBA. But like Don said, I think I can grow accustomed to watching the play-in. It's like going to the Randy's. You know what I'm saying? You got the Hot Ice Ski Club against the Cotton Club. You lose, you're going to be sitting over here watching the next game. So I like that. It brings back some nostalgia for me.
Yeah, I'm pro playing.
Okay.
I can do without the in-season tournament though. The
Okay.
tournament,
Yeah.
I think that's mid to tell you the truth. But I like the play-in. But yesterday, as the games are being played right now as we speak, so yesterday we had the New York Knickerbockers, Camaro, go up 1-0 on them boys from Motor Town. How you felt about that game yesterday?
Yeah, my watch takes my blood pressure. So as I watched the game, I watched my watch, and I thought I might have to go to the ER, man. I'm scared of Detroit, B. You know what I'm saying? They play. I like the way Bickerstaff got them playing, man. They nice, man. And if it wasn't for my man, shout out to Cam Payne for getting out there, getting this goon on, getting out there, hitting that shot, and talking mad trash. Because without him, we'll be 0-1 right now. I feel like we'll be 0-1 right now.
It was a good game. Places you are watching sort of impartially, but because deep down you want to see the Knicks lose because that's just who you are. What's your observations of what that game looked like yesterday?
It was actually the best game of the weekend so far.
It was.
All the other games we didn't watch have been blowouts for the most part. Even my Lakers.
We're gonna get to that. We'll get to that.
Anyway, it didn't work out so well for my Lakers, but it was good to see a good game, man. I think that's going to be a nice series. I think it's going to be a high-fought series. A 21-0 run by the Knicks at home, the young boys wasn't ready for it. I'm looking forward to Bickerstaff calming them down and then making an adjustment. And also when they get back home to see how they play in that atmosphere as well.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham is mad nice. I haven't watched too much or any Detroit this year. I'm not even going front. Even when they played the Knicks, it wasn't like I was up on my seat watching the game for real, to tell the truth. But I like Cade Cunningham. But to me, they don't really have nobody else that who scares me. Beasley can get hot.
It was Tobias that was killing us though, Fro, in the beginning. Harris.
Tobias the thief. That boy that stole about $300 million from the NBA.
And he from Long Island too, so he feel a certain way in the guard. He's man, I'm about to smoke y'all out here, man.
At the end of the day, he's still Tobias Harris. So we can't.
That's what happened in the second half. It was the end of the day.
Tobias Harris,
the first half. Right?
Yeah, Tobias.
Can't depend on that for 7 games or however it goes. For me, man, I've been telling all season how much I like OG. I do the OG. when he go ahead and hit his joint.
Yeah.
But man, he's gonna be first team all D.
He gotta be.
Because he was up in your man yesterday.
Yeah, he was in his grill.
That's the reason why he had such a tough shooting game. I like OG, but what it's going to take, man, is going to take for Carl Anthony, man, to just one time give a good ball. Once he gives somebody a good ball, man, they're going to fall back and stop trying to bully foot the man. You know what I'm saying? I like where the Knicks sit, man. I don't see this going no further than 6. If that, the Knicks should win tomorrow. They should win tomorrow night. Because at the end of the day, Brunson gonna get 30.
Anyway,
he's gonna get his 30 points. So it's gonna be up to Carl Anthony to continue to play well and rebound. OG to keep doing what he's doing, and Bridges.
Right, with the mid range. Yeah.
Who I'm sick of, and I told y'all a couple pounds back. Deuce, man. I'm tired of Deuce, man.
Deuce's head is filled up with air because everybody screamed Deuce every time he touched the pill. You think he got to shoot it.
Stop that. You know what I mean? Just stop that Deuce chant until the man hit shots. Then y'all can fall in with the Deuce chant. But as we continue on with the playoff talk, let's go out west. Well, let's, as they said back in the day, go west, young man. You know what I mean? Talk about some LA fakers one time down. Man, then I'm gonna let y'all get off because I got some shit to get off my chest. Man, it pisses me off literally when I see dudes like Kendrick Perkins. I love for Perk, but it pisses me off when I see him up there and Stephen A, Screaming A, and Jay Williams talking about JJ Redick as coach of the year and he coaching his ass off and all of this in the third. Damn, he has Luka Doncic and LeBron James on his team. How much coaching is he doing? If you want to tell me this dude is coaching, put him on Detroit. Give him Detroit and see if he got Detroit running like Bickerstaff. Give him DC. Give him Utah. Give him Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? You can't start talking about how great this dude is coaching and he already on third base. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, they definitely overextend their credit as far as he's concerned, as far as a coach. I think he's more of an analytics guy and a flow guy. You know what I'm saying? I really don't see JJ drawing up any plays or anything like that. I see him just basically directing the flow of the offense because, like you said, he's got LeBron and Luka. What really do you have to do besides really manage the minutes and manage the pace and flow of the game? I don't think it's too hard of a coaching job. I think it's one of those situations where LeBron hired someone who he felt that could understand his philosophy of how he wanted to run the team and do it. Because Darvin Ham, even though he had an excellent record, He wasn't bowing down to the LeBron thing. He was still a coach.
Right.
And I think that's where JJ gets the grace as far as LeBron is concerned.
What you think about JJ Redick and these dudes out here praising JJ, talking about he coaching his ass off and done such a great job. This, that, and the third.
Politics, I think, is the masses want to see him do well. ESPN want to make money. They want the masses to follow them. So they say what they need to say. Like Don says, capitalism over community. They just saying shit because that's the white boy that they want to be the coach of the year. Look at what Bickerstaff is doing. We're pretty much one superstar that's a kid. I think this kid only about 22, 23 years. I don't even think he's 23 years old. He got them battling the Knicks in the playoffs. They don't mention anything about him. Come on, man. And again, LeBron coaching this team, man. That kid is just a figurehead that LeBron can get in and tell him how he wants things to be run, and that's what he's doing. I think he has some assistant coaches that might be credible that's holding him up. Other than that,
you got Nate McMillan. You got Nate McMillan on the staff.
Nate McMillan is on the bench with him. Yeah, exactly. But if you got Luka and LeBron and you getting blown out, something wrong there, bro. Something wrong.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Laker fan. Do you think they in trouble? Or
no, absolutely not.
So what's the count then?
Lakers at 5.
In 5?
This man think he.
Now you got to make the run. Now you got to do the rhyme.
You got to go Shannon Smith.
Lakers at 5. Lakers at 5. It ain't no jive. I don't know what else to say. I say Lakers. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me get off my emotional.
He said in 5, P. He said.
Let me get at 6 because Minnesota gonna get one at the crib. So let me get at 6. Lakers at 6.
What say you, Lord?
I don't think it's gonna go 7 games. And if LeBron and them don't get it together, man, the Wolves gonna knock them boys off 4-3, man. I hate to tell you, man, but if they don't find something to do with that Nas kid, Nas is killing them, man. He nice, man.
Yeah,
and they don't got no answers.
Yeah.
And if Ant Live keep penetrating and dishing, they can't do nothing about it.
That 2 big lineup is causing a lot of problems in modern basketball. That
Yeah.
2 big man lineup. Cleveland's got the same thing. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, man. We love basketball. We're gonna chop it up all the way until June, until they crown a champion. I haven't asked, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask. Who's in the finals?
Ooh. Go ahead, Don.
My heart is gonna say the Lakers, but from what I saw from OKC today,
yep.
You know what? I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I see Houston and Golden State tonight. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reserve my judgment. I'll come back with that next week.
What you looking at? What you eyeing there, Lord?
I'm looking at Cleveland right now, but they ain't gonna be able to beat the Celtics. I'm gonna go OKC and the Celtics.
I don't like OKC, man. I do. I'm been a fan of OKC, even when they had Durant and Westbrook and Harden and Jeff Green and Perk and Ibaka.
Boo, Perk.
You know, I don't know. Oklahoma City is just something about Oklahoma City. I just think hillbilly.
You got to think of them as Seattle, fam. Picture them in green and yellow, then you'll feel better. You don't make them think that the Supersonics around here. But your man, Shea, he's that guy, bro. He's the old dude at Delaware who you can't really stop, and you trying to figure out why this dude keeps scoring. Can't y'all force him left or something? And he go left and lay it on you. He got that old man, slow, big, nice game. It's hard to stop.
His skill level.
It's crazy.
His skill levels.
I just see them like I see the Cavs. I don't see the Cavs coming out the East.
Who you got then, bro?
The C's is going to win the joint.
I'm talking about in the West.
Who would I like to see?
No, who you got?
And fuck the West. I ain't.
You sound like common sense right now.
And East to the East, my brother. But I know I hate LA. You know what I'm saying?
You think they could pull it off?
No, I don't. I believe Minnesota gonna run them.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. gonna go 7, but I think they're gonna run them.
Minnesota gonna run them because every dog has his day.
Yeah.
Has had a great run, one of the greatest runs ever. But sometimes that run has to come to an end.
Yes, sir.
And live ain't scared. You know, the rest of these dudes be acting like they scared of Luka Doncic. And it's, yo, this dude don't play no D. You know what I mean? I understand he might give 37, 40 or whatever, but you can definitely go back at him if you got.
He's not moving his feet, no. And live is he's instilling confidence in his team because he just don't care. He's just super confident, and it exudes in his teammates. He brings it out of them, man.
Yeah, Georgia boy. Them boys, you know what I'm saying? Them boys come with a different type of move. They come with a different type of attitude. And you know what? I did find out the origin of why they call him Ant-Man. It's because, him and his best friend came up with that. You know what I'm saying? Back when he was in high school, they called him Ant-Man. They called himself Ant-Man. So it's not that something that the media pegged on him. It's actually a name that he chose for himself.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But before we go to this next thing, as I said in the pre-show, this nostalgia moment, Clippers Denver.
That was a good night. That was a good game too.
Detroit was the best game of the weekend. I'm going to raise you. You will see that, and I'm going to raise you in Denver.
That game was crazy because
that was a good ass game too.
What's your thoughts on that, boy?
It was like y'all messing up the Knicks game because y'all going into OT. Yo, what's going on? I told you I had to run the Wegmans real quick. I'm thinking I'm gonna miss some of the Knicks game. I get back to the house. The Nuggets and the Clippers still going back and forth. I was loving it though. I could see the passion in it. I could see each team wanted to win. Hardcore. It was an excellent game. I thought Harden may have lost a step, but it seems like in the playoffs he raises his play. I love good games like that, man. That's one of those NBA fantastic joints right there.
Yeah, that was classic.
Yeah.
Who you like in that one? You going with the Braves or you going with the Nuggets out there?
I like Kawhi, man, because his playoff level of play is unmatched. I don't think anybody turns it up in the playoffs like he does. So I would like to see Kawhi win. I'm never really been a fan of Russell Westbrook. Basically, any team that he's on, with the exception, I didn't even like him when he was in the Lakers, so I can't even front. Yeah, I'm definitely going for my man, the Claw. I love his game. I love it.
Yeah, Kawhi is definitely a problem. When he's out the court doing this thing. I'm looking forward to the game too, in that game. But before we go ahead and get off the playoffs, we are men of a certain age, man, and I need y'all to let me be clear on this one. I want y'all to choose out of these two themes I'm going to play for you. I want you to choose one that you rocking with or one that gives you memories and thoughts. All right, so here we go on this. Let me pull this up for you real quick.
It was a well-directed Lakers attack that captured the first two games of the NBA Finals. Los Angeles was impressive with their passing and relentless with their running as they overwhelmed a hobbled Celtics team. It was obvious the defending champions were vulnerable, and there were whispers of a sweep. But Boston had other ideas, and they became apparent in Game 3. The unstoppable Laker fast break suddenly ran into roadblocks as the Celtics played with renewed intensity. The hero.
All right, so that's the first jump off. So now we're gonna go to the second one.
Ooh.
Can't wait to hear that music next year.
Ooh.
Next year is coming back.
You ready to rotate up? You ready to rotate up? Michael at the foul line. A shot on the air. Good!
This is the NBA on NBC. 1991.
So there it is. You got the CBS NBA music, or you going with your NBC NBA music? I'm coming to you first, UH.
Wow.
NBC and Bob Costas all day, baby. That's the NBA right there. You got Dick Stockton and CBS is cold too, but Bob Costas calling the Jordan games is classic. You know what I mean? You can't beat it. And that music is dope as hell. And they're coming back next year, so I'm excited about that.
Wow.
The NBC is coming back.
Panero, where your head lie at? You go with your CBS jump off, or you going with your NBC jump off one time?
I'm conflicted around here, fam. I'm conflicted. The Dick Stockton joint makes me think about when I was a kid.
Right.
For some reason, even if you was outside, you knew the game was about to come on. Nobody had to tell you, and you wasn't looking at street lights. You just ran in the house and sat in front of the floor model. Remember the floor model TV?
Right,
You sat in front of that joint. That's what made me love ball. The other joint is when I was playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? I was at TC running the point, and I was looking at Rod Strick was my idol, Blase Splee. So I'm conflicted. I'm gonna go with the first one, 49-51, though, man. Stockton in there.
That's no doubt.
That's my heart right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me love ball.
I lean your way as well, Lord.
Right.
That CBS, like you said, Dick Stockton, and your man Brent.
Yeah.
Your man Brent bringing us in, and then handing it off to Dick Stockton and Billy Cunningham, Mike, or Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? So it's Hubie Brown, Hubie Brown. But you nailed it though, P. It's like CBS is like when we was kids all the way up until we was in our 20s, from the Doc all the way up to MJ. But yeah, man, that's that nostalgia right there. And like you said, Sundays, you knew that CBS Sports Spectacular was going to have that Sunday afternoon game. 9 times out of 10, it was going to be Philly, Boston, or the Lakers.
The Lakers, right?
One of those three. And then when Mike came along, you might get a Chicago joint,
right,
on Sunday afternoon, man. But yeah, I had to flip that in the script one time.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But once again, man, it's always good to see my brothers, man, and build with y'all as we go into the next phase of this episode of The Soup, man. As I said last week, we weren't on. Before we go on, let me ask y'all this. I'm gonna show y'all this, and y'all tell me if was this a big deal or this was no deal. Then we'll go into our next topic. Here we go.
LeBron James going to play the game like this. Shirts and skins is what they're doing now.
I just totally 100% object to this. And if I was the GM or coach,
Me too.
I would never let one of my players walk out on the floor looking like this. We are a professional NBA league. We ain't summer league. We ain't at the YMCA.
Listen, I think coaches got to go back to suits.
Absolutely.
I just mean.
Absolutely. I just think
College and pro.
I just think the professionalism in our NBA league has diminished so much. And I like LeBron, I'm a fan of his, so forth and so on. But to walk out on the floor before a game with no shirt on and shoot, come on, man, where we at? What we doing? Where we at? Now, if you want to, Adam Silver, if you want to find somebody, find that.
Get off my lawn.
What's your thoughts? Or what was that? Was he too much?
Get off my lawn.
Wait, was he tripping?
Get off my grass. You old fuck. Yo, man. Listen, I understand where he comes from. We saw the hip hop culture be basically phased out with the dress code, you know what I mean, with the NBA. But I really don't see nothing wrong with the man getting warm before warm-ups, going out there and shooting no shirt on. Doesn't mean it's not like he's out. It's like a bunch of people out there, or he's disrespectful, or he's got revealing clothing on. The man is out there hooping. He's trying to get a sweat before he get going. So I think that's nitpicky. I really do.
Lord, what you think about Isaiah Lord Thomas?
I'm a fan. I love Isaiah. I'm a fan of Isaiah. I think he's running out of shit to talk about, though. Come on, the man out there warming up, man. It's his squad. He at home. Ain't nobody there yet. He's just shooting around. How many times have you had to play shirts and skins? You know what I'm saying? Just running around playing and shit. I think Zeke running out of shit to talk about. I could see if there was a crowd of people there and he got his nipples out shooting J's and all that, but he just getting a little sweat, working out. What? Didn't Isaiah choke his coach in front of a bunch of people at one point? Come on, Isaiah, relax.
I hear you. I just wanted to get y'all perspective of the whole thing. That was something else that went down.
Yeah, come on, man.
Chill out, homeboy.
The week that we are off, man. But as we turn the page and we jump into politics right now, last week, man, Stephen A. Smith made a special guest appearance on a political talk show this week with George Stephanopoulos.
Huh? What is he doing on Stephanopoulos?
He made a special guest appearance on there to address the rumors of him running for president. So let's jump into this real quick and see how y'all feel about this.
So are you really thinking about running for president? Is this something you think?
Listen, I have no choice because I've had elected officials, and I'm not going to give their names, elected officials coming up to me. I've had folks who are pundits come up to me. I've had folks that got a lot of money, billionaires and others, that have talked to me about exploratory committees and things of that nature. I'm not a politician. I've never had a desire to be a politician. I just signed a contract extension with ESPN. I am very
pretty
happy
good one, too.
With my day job. I'm very happy with my boss. This is a pretty damn good one. Just right. It's a pretty damn good contract. I couldn't be happier. But here's the reality. People have walked up to me, including my own pastor, for crying out loud, who has said to me, you don't know what God has planned for you. At least show the respect to the people who believe in you, who respect you, who believe that you can make a difference in this country, to leave the door open for any possibilities 2 to 3 years down the line. And that's what I've decided to do. But again, whether it's Westmore, Governor Westmore, who I know, or Governor Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania, who I know, Andrew Cuomo, who I had the pleasure of interviewing, who's trying to get back in things and be the next mayor of New York, etc. I see a lot of people that obviously and clearly are more qualified than me. But in the same breath, when you think about what Trump is getting away with, when you think about what you brought up about Steve Bannon, who's trying to be slick because he's looking at a non-political individual like myself, looking at me as a populist. But you better be careful what you ask for, because some of the stuff that Trump and the right has been trying to get away with, like circumventing the 22nd Amendment of the Constitution, talking about how there could be a third term. Excuse me, be careful what you wish for, because if any GOP member, if any Republican supports that, I don't want to hear a word out of their mouth ever again about the following the Constitution. That's what they've been living off for years. And then you're talking about circumventing the 22nd Amendment, and you think that's cool? No way. That's not something that we should stand for. So I would hope somebody else would step up that's more qualified than me. But if it has to come down to me, it is something I would consider. Yes, I would. Because I don't mind the thought of tussling with these folks at all, on the left or the right. All of them disgust me, to be quite honest with you.
All right.
What the fuck is going on? I can't go to sleep. What the fuck is going on? I can't go to sleep. Feds jumping out their jeeps. I can't go to sleep. Babies with...
What the fuck is going on? Yeah. Stephen A. Smith, the dude we used to laugh at on the Best Damn Sports Show, is talking about running for president. 4 years out, people have come up to him. I'd like to talk to the people who've
Me
come
too.
up.
Who are these people?
The same people who voted for Trump.
Right.
Stupid and dumb.
Give me your thoughts on this whole thing. What's going on?
I got to get this one to DR. I'm in a bag getting treatment.
Nero, what Wait a minute, let me ask Ghost.
What the fuck is going on? I can't go to sleep. Feds jumping out their Jeeps. I can't go to sleep. Babies with...
What is he gonna run as? He just said he hates both parties. Obviously, he don't like the Dems. He gonna run as a Republican. What black Republican is white people that vote for Trump or love Trump is gonna vote for Stephen A. Smith? We're in a situation in this country where we're a joke. We already got Trump in as a president he has no accomplishments in politics at all. He's a reality TV show star. So now you go from reality TV president to sports talk president. I'm going to go with what Don usually say. This guy is a habitual, over the line, out of your lane. He's in the wrong position. I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to use popularity or, like he said, a populist movement. But then he's maybe, if I do get in, you don't know what I'll do as a populist. It's just, we living in, I don't know, man. It's just, we living in a bizarre world. Stephen A. Smith? Come on, running for president.
What the fuck is going on? I can't go to sleep.
And he seems to be serious about it, which is even more funny. Maybe there's people who will back him that don't look like us because they think he's a good boy or whatever. But I don't think it's enough of them. Because if that was the case, we would have a black woman president. I don't know, man. It's just like Ghostface said, man, you know?
What the fuck is going on? I can't go to sleep.
So, UH, if I was to hit you on the text one day and say, yo, B, did you hear what happened? The Lakers have made Stephen A. Smith president, general manager, and head coach of the Lakers. What would your reaction be?
I would probably block you. Block you. I would probably check because obviously I trust everything that you say, you know what I'm saying? So I probably would be in brief shock, then I will go to the internet for verification, man. But this dude is, what happened to experience, bro? What happened to experience? What happened to working your way up through things? That's what I was talking about in the last pod as far as the media is concerned. The media has gotten so powerful and so influential that these damn fools are propping up Stephen A. Smith.
What the fuck is going on? I can't go to sleep.
Listen, man, we gotta be careful of what we put our eyeballs on, man. Because if anybody in any capacity thinks this man has the qualifications that he will be a good president, that he has a true understanding of the presidency, besides what he may see in brief clips, is stupid and dumb. That's my new phrase. Are you stupid and or dumb? Yeah. Or are you just stupid and dumb? And anybody who thinks that this guy can be an effective leader, not a talker, because the man, obviously, he got a nice silver tongue. He can say what he wants to say, make it sound good. But as a leader, how many people, with the level of American disrespect that we're at right now, how are we going to come back with Stephen A. as president? Can you see Stephen A. sitting there with Putin?
What the fuck is going on? I can't go to sleep.
So I can't even see Stephen A. sitting with LeBron. So how can I see him sitting with somebody else who has nuclear weapons? Man, we will be at this point. It's a joke, bro. Our political system is a joke. Regardless of the Democrats is trying to stir up a little hornet's nest, and he's 50, 51. But at this point, our political system is a joke. It's a joke.
What the fuck is going on? I can't go to sleep.
So let me just say this, fellas. This man ain't even 100 days in office yet. And they sprinkling seeds of Stephen A. Smith running for president 4 years out. So this is definitely a thing. They planting this. And
seed.
Exactly. They planting this seed and they're going to continue to water it. It's funny that Disney, of all places, is going political. Is that their outcome? Hey, we can get the president, we can get this guy to be president, we can get him to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Seeing as though that's what the presidency is right now. It's a pay for play situation right now with Trump. And Trump makes this whole Stephen A. Smith thing plausible because anybody believes that they can be president because Trump went ahead and did it. It's super scary out here, man. And we've talked in pods past that in order for the change and actual to come, is going to come from these Europeans. The Europeans, once these Europeans get fed up and they get a light up under their ass, that's when these politicians is really going to feel the heat. Right now, they scared of Trump because Trump and Mega is putting these people in office, and they like, yo, if Trump say I ain't shit, I'm gonna lose all these constituents.
Right.
I gotta stay in line and fall in line. Well, like I said before, if these Europeans start flipping out on these politicians, they're gonna stand up to Trump because they ain't gonna be able to stand the heat. Check this out from your man, old man Chuck Grassley. From
90. Get him up out of there. He like 91.
Say it again.
He is 91 years old.
Before you said 91, you said something else.
Get him up out of there.
That's it. So check this out.
Oh my God, Chuck. Chuck been around since before World War II.
The judges are. The president is upholding the Constitution. He's defying the Constitution. You're on the Judiciary Committee.
Trump don't care. If I get an order to pay a ticket for $1,200.
See that cat yelled out, Trump don't care.
Yeah.
Get serious. Let's start again. They right at his old ass.
Supreme Court said to bring him back.
Judges are.
Now they talking about the Mexican cat that they scooted off to El Salvador.
Wearing the Bulls hat, right?
Yeah. This is who they pressing him about. Check him out. Believe it or not, they pressing him about the Mexican.
Supreme Court said to bring him back.
Judges are. The president is upholding the Constitution. He's defying the Constitution. You're on the Judiciary Committee.
Trump don't care. If I get an order to pay a ticket for $1,200.
Look at a MAGA hat sitting there stiff as a board.
Because he's got an order from the Supreme Court and he just said no.
Yeah. Right.
He just said screw it.
I'll be able to answer your question.
You ignored my letter.
For El Salvador is an independent country. The president
Speak up, please. We can't hear you.
The president of that country is not subject to our U.S. Supreme Court.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed.
We don't have to pay him.
Get your old ass up out of there, Chuck.
Like I was telling y'all, man, once these Europeans.
You ignored my letter.
I'm pissed.
What he said, you ain't, he told that nigga.
I'm pissed.
Trump don't care.
You shipped a guy off with a Bulls hat on, and he's a citizen.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I said a couple pods ago, man. It's gonna take we the people and these Europeans ain't fuck around and get these Europeans off of their side. You know what I'm saying? Because slowly but surely, that's what they doing. They snatched that man up and took that cat to El Salvador, man. Can you imagine that shit, yo?
Prison camp, yeah.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all know who this dude is?
No, who's that?
This ain't the new bad guy on Queen of the South. So let me just say that.
Oh, is he the president? He's the president of El Salvador?
That's your man.
Yeah, he wild, yo. He is wild. He's Arab. He's not even Spanish.
He's a wild cowboy.
Wow.
You know, it's really insane. And then you got your man Trump out here thinking about sending American citizens. Whoever this guy is who robbed the bank. You know what? We're not gonna send them to Marion. We're not gonna send them to McKean. We're not gonna send them to Otisburg. We're gonna send his ass to El Salvador.
Without a trial. Without a trial. They just you just gone.
Yeah.
Just because.
No due process. My thing is that Chuck Grassley was born in 1933. So he was born before World War II, before Germany invaded Poland. He was born before Hitler came into power, dog.
Wow.
And this man is still around serving in government. Trump, 80 years old. He got to go. Listen, these people are holding on to the last vestiges of white supremacy so tight that they're killing the white people in the future. Because they don't care. They're not going to be around. They're going to be dead. But their policies are actually hurting the people who they're supposedly trying to save. And if you hear the extended version of that interview, they talk about getting rid of Medicaid, and he stammers around that. They talk about Elon Musk, he stammers around that. So there's a whole group of people who really just don't give a care about the future, regardless of their political affiliation or their race. They just don't care. They're trying to get as much as they can, and as long as they're here for them and theirs. And that is absolutely, positively crazy to me. And they're willing to bend, break, amend, and ignore the Constitution to do it.
Yep.
And that's where the problem is, because our Constitution is supposed to be the guardrails, the Constitution of courts, the system of equal government are supposed to work off of each other. And right now it's broken. It's
being ignored.
Because we got a joke of a president who wants to be a totalitarian at the top of the totem pole. It's crazy, man. This is wild, B.
We're not even 100 days in, and this guy is out here running ragged again. It's the Tommy Bonds syndrome with this guy, man.
How many of these people, like in that particular crowd, how many people voted for Trump, though?
Good point.
How many of y'all voted for him? Now that you have him, he gives me this. So it's like you're choosing white supremacy over your own actual interests. It's like they'd rather suffer than be next to us and strive. So it's like you could have taken VP Harris and got the help that you needed. But because of your white supremacy and the fact that you think that you're better, you chose someone who's treating you worse. It's just a horrible situation, but it's fuck around and find out. Now that you're finding out, you're screaming, he's ignoring the Supreme Court. This is what you voted for.
Yeah, like I said earlier, fellas, it's when these Europeans flip the script, that's when shit hit the fan.
Yeah. They're the majority. Yeah.
And let me show y'all this one. Speaking of people that's flipping the script.
What if you about due process? No, fuck that. But here's the problem about due process. No, fuck that. But here's the problem with fuck that. The problem with things that are going in a radical direction, and then there's an overcorrection. So the overcorrection is lack of due process. The overcorrection is like round them all up, ship them to jail. That's like some things that you say when you're not thinking things through. What do you do about all the criminals? Take them all, fucking send them to El Salvador.
Yeah.
What about due process? No, fuck that. Here's the problem with fuck that. What if you are an enemy of, let's not say any current president. Let's pretend we got a new president, totally new guy in 2028. And this is a common practice now of just rounding up gang members with no due process and shipping them to El Salvador. You're a gang member. No, I'm not. Prove it.
Exactly.
What? I got to go to court. No,
Yeah.
no due process. Right?
Dangerous, Joe.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. We got to be careful that we don't become monsters while we're fighting monsters. I think due process exists for a reason, and the reason is it is horrific for someone to be accused of something they didn't do, be imprisoned for crimes they didn't commit, and then live in a cell, live in a cage with a bunch of
people who did commit shit.
Here it is, Benjamin Franklin. It's better 100 guilty persons should escape than one innocent person should suffer. That is wisdom that has survived hundreds of years. It's incredibly accurate.
So there you go, my guys. You even got Joe Rogan actually speaking sense to this BS Trump got going on. And I'm going to continue to say this, man. Once them Europeans flip on y'all mega motherfuckers, y'all going to be at war for real. Joe Rogan.
I'm glad to see it, but he has to understand that, just like we said earlier, Trump told you what he was going to do. He told you he was going to do tariffs. He told you he was going to deport people. Did you think that at any point, and he said on day one, he's going to be what? A dictator. Did you think that at any point or another he was lying about that stuff and you chose to promote him? Okay, buyer's regret. But the simple fact is that the man told you he wanted to get rid of the Constitution before you had him on the show to your 4 million a week viewers. You know what I mean? Right. So you gave him a platform for him to go ahead and advance the tyranny that is now in effect. So yeah, I hear you, Joe Rogan, but look, you're part of the problem.
Right.
Panero, Joe Rogan he even finding fault in this practice that's going on.
Everything that Joe Rogan just said, if you close your eyes and just listen to Joe Rogan, he was exactly correct. But actually, it's too late. So he should have been saying to all his followers and everything, and to himself, he should have hit him with the menace to society. You fucked up, right? For voting for Trump. You fucked up. You said you went to the polling booth. Voted for Trump. You fucked up. Because that's what happens. Now that you're saying it, it makes great sense. But hindsight is 20/20, man. But it's too late. He in there now. He getting it. He can just grab anybody and say, you got on the North Carolina blue polo hat. That represents the North Buffalo assassins. You done. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible, but that's what's going on. People are getting taken away from their families, man, because of this dude. And sent to El Salvador. You don't know what's going down there in El Salvador, man. You know, what if you're not equipped to defend yourself against people who are really criminals that's in those prisons? That's crazy, man. And something needs to be done about it. But again, like you're saying now, that's now that they're coming to the fruition that, wait a minute, he can't do this and he can't ignore the Supreme Court. He doing it, and y'all voted him in. Congratulations.
Here it is. Bam. In your face. God damn.
This is a dope
jam. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, as we get ready to take this soup off the stove, you got anything for us with regards to the 404, the 678, 770?
I'm glad you said 770 last, because earlier this week, Marjorie Taylor Greene had a town hall down here in Georgia. And we all know that town halls have been a big pressure point for these people going back to their.
And we just saw Chuck Grassley get his ass chewed out.
And so, but this is the difference. This is why I say Atlanta isn't Georgia. So, at Marjorie Taylor Greene, couple people got tased.
I saw that.
The black dude got tased, and she was sitting up there with that coil look at her face. But you think about what she did to President Joe Biden, how she disrespected him. He was giving a State of the Union, and how she's just generally been divisive, and she's actually considering a run for what? Governor of Georgia. She wants to be governor of Georgia.
Why not? Huh?
Yeah.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's tomorrow.
So people need to understand that these people who are underqualified, but they have a very strict agenda, which is Christian white nationalism, are in danger of taking over large swaths of our country and thereby bending the law to benefit them and only people who look like them. Pay attention. And on a quick note, people talk about I'm going here and I'm going there, I'm moving out the country. Fortunately, my mother's around and she lives 20 minutes from me, but if she transitions before I do, I'm out, bro. Seriously, because I can't take it. I'm literally looking at all these different places, man, because this is with these fuckers. Excuse my language. With these people running. Look at that. With these people.
That is crazy.
Yo, it's not no place for us, bro.
And that's at a town hall, fam.
That's at a town hall. The black dude, watch him get jammed up. Oh, okay. Now they can put the taser on him. It's crazy, man. These people really don't want us, or they want us subjugated, dog. They want us subjugated, and I'm not here for it. So just pay attention, man. Let's just pay attention.
Panero, man. bless us one more time with the words of wisdom before we wrap, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just because someone comes for your peace, because we getting that a lot, doesn't mean they deserve your energy. Sometimes the best thing to do or the best thing to say is nothing at all. Let them fuck around and find out. That's for men of a certain age.
I love it. I love it. Please share, subscribe, comment down low. This was the latest and the greatest episode of Men of a Certain Age, The Soup. As always, it's the same old soup. We just reheating it. Until next time, peace.
Peace to my brothers.